everybody. Okay, we are gonna make a beginner soap. Things that you can add for when you're making your first bar. Oats and honey, okay? No scent, just oats and honey. It's just a great tester. So now you're gonna go to Essential Depot. You're gonna go to KimberlyMcNutt.com. KimberlyMcNutt, okay? And you're gonna look at the free recipe link, and on that free recipe link, you're going to see recipes, and I'm making Kim's favorite recipe with stearic acid, but the one that says with no stearic, Kim's favorite recipe, no stearic acid, is one that you can get everything at your local Walmart or grocery stores. All right, soybean oil is vegetable oil. If you buy a bottle of vegetable oil to fry your chicken or potatoes in, if you flip it over and look at the back under ingredients, it'll say soybean oil. The whole time you thought you were getting the oil of something nutritious. Green or something. But anyway, so put all those oils in the crock pot. Now, on there, you'll see super fat recipe too. So that's what we're fixing to put in this soap. But if you can't get shea butter in your local area, if you'll look on the links there on KimberlyMcNutt.com, you'll see super fatting soap link. And it gives two different recipes. There's two little videos. One is with shea butter and one is without. So use the one that's without instead, and you can correlate between the video and what I say there in the recipes. There's a whole bunch of recipes you can try, and then the two super fat choices. So you pick whichever recipe you want to do, and then you pick whichever super fat you want to do at the bottom, and that makes your recipe total. So, and then if you've never, ever made soap before, please go back to one of my how to make soap from scratch videos, which you will see, or how to make soap for the first time, which you will also see in those links on KimberlyMcNutt.com on the links on the left, okay? So what I've done is I've went ahead and cooked it, so it's all cooked. And now we're gonna add the additives, and that's what I wanted to show you how to do and isolate for today. Okay, so we're gonna make organic oats and honey soap. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm not adding any colorant. So this is just a good starter soap, first time soap. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our superfats. They've been sitting here by my crock pot, so they've melted to some degree. And shea butter has the ability to penetrate every layer of the epidermis. It's very, very healing. It prevents scars. We're putting 1 cup of oats. Now, you'll be probably doing a single batch in the small circular crock pot. This is the 7-quart oval. You'll want a 4-quart tall round crock pot. And so doing a single batch, you'll use half of a thing of oats, of ground oats. And you can purchase the oats in your grocery store and grind them in your blender, or I've always been successful with doing that. You have to make sure your blender is completely board dry. I mean, you have not washed it in any way today. It was washed yesterday, okay? Because them oats will gum up with the least bit of moisture. All right, so now, if you're doing this, most likely you're doing a single batch, so you're gonna put 3 tablespoons of honey. I'm putting 6 because I'm doing a double batch. All right. That is lick smacking good, or mouth smacking good, or something or another like that. I forgot. All right. Get that out of the way. I did get to lick my fingers. Okay. Now, A single batch will go into one of Essential Depot's molds. This is your silicone mold with your wire basket, okay? And it has, it's nice and pliable, but yet it's very thick, so it's very hard wearing and will last forever. And of course, I'm doing a double batch, so I've got 2 of them. And I thank you very much for using my link to Essential Depot if you should happen to buy any shea butter or any of their products, especially these wonderful molds with their stacking baskets, which also supports the mold and keeps it nice and stable. But you can stack these up as much as 6 high if you have a back wall. I do them 4 high with no support of any kind. All right, so now I'm stirring in my superfats and my honey. And here you go, so you can see it in action. You will see this goldness starting to form, and that is the honey. I turned this soap off about 10 minutes, or no, about 20 minutes before I added the honey because I wanted to keep the bar a light color. If you put the honey in and you let it cook, it will make your bar very dark and golden, or from medium golden to dark and golden. And of course, I'm stirring this with one hand and holding a camera with another. So now there's a big glob of the shea butter. So I've got to let this percolate just for a little bit and melt. So now I'm going to clean my edges. And you want to clean your edges really good throughout the entire process. Every time you stir, anytime you mess with it, clean your edges. I even like to clean my spoons down because it'll harden on the spoon and turn into little soap biscuits. All right. Okay. So I've let that sit, and if you'll notice, I got busy with customers, and even though I had turned off my crock pot, see how it's turning, the honey is turning gold on me. So even though I wanted this bar to be a little lighter, I did not get my way because I had customers and I had to deal with them. So I didn't get to stir it because the shea butter has been long melted, but it was turned off and I had customers I had to deal with. And so I didn't get to stir it as quickly. But if you stir it faster and don't let the honey cook a little or get heated, then your bar will be much lighter than this. And so now that's ready to go in the mold. So now we're going to mold it. Just going to lightly make sure, yep. All right, and so basically we're just plopping it in. And I'm doing a double batch, so I'm going to divide this between the 2 loaves. But this is just a perfect starter soap. After you give this a whirl, then you can decide if you like making soap. And you can think about buying fragrances and essential oils and all that kind of stuff. But this is just a good recipe. Following the links on KimberlyMacNut.com to get your ingredients, which can all be locally purchased. And look, see, I've got some Crispies on my spoon. Whoop, that happens sometimes, so I'm not going to scrape that off. And now I'm just going to beat this down, and I'm going to give it a little twist. And I'm going to let you see me do it this way one time. And I actually ended up with a little crispy. Sometimes that happens. So I'm going to get that out. And then I'm going to line it. Whenever you twirl it this way, it seems to want to be skinnier on one side and taller on the other, so I just want to tap it down a little bit and get it right. All right, so now you can see it close up. See that crispy? I didn't even know I had any. I was so careful. but some soap didn't get stirred as quickly as it should, and some of it dried out around the bottom and stuck to the bottom, and then when we stirred it, it got stirred up into the soap. That happens, but it's still soap. Nothing wrong with it. And there we go. Hey everybody. Okay, it's just been like 3 or 4 days. My life's been a little bit crazy, and I literally could not get here to cut this soap. Doctor's appointments, things happening I couldn't change, and Steve hurt his arm real bad, and oh, it's got bruises all down it, and there was just people that had to be took care of, things that had to be done, and I could not get here. One time I got to come by here for just a couple minutes, but I forgot my camera. And we done that once before where I did the video with my camera. That really sucked, you know. I was doing it with Steve's camera. So anyway, so here is the best soap for you to make for your first batch of soap. Honey and oats. Plain and simple. Honey and oats. So let me show you what it looks like cut. And I was pretty you know, bummed that that my honey got a little bit browner, but if you look at it, you'll see yellow swirls in it.
That kitty breathed in me.
The kitty.
When I was spinning my head.
Oh, was you spinning it up in her face and she didn't like it?
No.
No, I think that's what you might have been doing, Henry. Are you going to say hey to Facebook in a minute?
I'm doing this.
Anyway, here is the honey and oats. Let me flip it so I can see it. There we go. Now I can see. As you see, I did get a few crispies in here, which gives it homemade appeal and rusticness. But you can also see that the honey sort of marbleized, you know, it sort of marbled it in there, because you could see how where it was touching the side, it was getting more golden, and when I blended it, it didn't don't touch the camera, baby. Bridget! Bridget's went to the bathroom. Up! And yes, that was him just kicking the camera.
You know what I was doing to the kid?
I don't know what you were doing to the kitty.
You know what? I was putting this right here on the table, what?
Yeah,
and then spin it.
And then spin it. You were gonna come around here and show people what you were doing. Come around here. This is Henry, my second oldest grandbaby. And you were putting this right beside the kitty and spinning it. And the kitty didn't like that?
No.
No,
The kitty did like it.
The kitty didn't like it. She didn't like it. Okay, so where have we been today? Where did we go today?
Doctor.
That's right, he went to a doctor's appointment in Birmingham. We had to close the store and everything. It was a one-shot deal. And Mama's car could make it, and Mama can drive it, and Bridget's car shouldn't be going back and forth to Birmingham, and so we had to close the store today, didn't we? Yeah. All right. Take your spinner. Oh, wait a minute. You forgot to say hello to YouTube.
Hello.
Ooh, look at that. You gonna say hello, YouTube?
Hello.
That's it. Hello. All right. Sit right there in that chair and play with your spinner till your mama gets out of the bathroom, because I don't want to worry about the cat eating you alive or anything, because you were spinning her in her face with the spinner. She's never bothered anybody before, but he come up and he said, she batted me right here with her paw, but he didn't have any claw marks or anything. So
I said the kitty licked me.
She licked you? I thought you said she batted you right on the paw. So I was like, oh no, he's sticking that spinner right up in her face, and she's mad at him. And I had never seen her be upset with a child before. I've seen her run from them.
That just spin this way and this way and this way.
It'll spin both ways, won't it? Did you hear me hollering for you?
I did.
Bridget! He started rolling the camera up.
Oh no.
And it's still possibly out of sorts.
A little
He kicked
bit.
it once too for good measure.
Let's see.
I'm still recording. You gotta be gentle.
Okay. There it is. There.
Are y'all being re-embobulated? Y'all
Yeah.
were disembobulated.
There we
now
go.
you're being re-embobulated.
Re-embobulated.
All right. Now, why did we get the Crispies, Bridget?
Because we didn't stir it enough. I didn't stir it enough.
Who didn't? Come here.
Me.
Come here.
It was
Come
me.
here. Come here.
I'm sorry.
We had a terrible time with Crispies. We did have a lot of customers, and we was working really hard.
Yeah,
we
we
was
did a
packaging
lot of
soap. We were packaging the patron soap. If you want to borrow, if you want to become a patron or a package of it, it's $1 a month, and we've got the
soap's all done and ready.
the soaps are all packaged and ready to go. We did have a winner on our administrative page on Facebook, and that soap has not got a label yet. There you go.
Oh.
Bring one of the bins over here.
Okay.
Hang on, let me get the scraps up. All right, so we got 3 bins of this stuff. And if you're a patron and you pay $1 and you pay $1 a month or more as a patron, then you get to pay $3.50 for shipping, which is what it costs to ship this to you, and you don't pay for the soap. But remember, this is experimental soap, and you don't get to pick which one you want. Some of it smells, some of it don't. We tried to mix them up so nobody would get completely unscented bars, but did we?
Yeah, I made sure. Every single one has at least one scented bar.
Okay. And so we've got 3 bins of these mounded over. The other 2 look like they're mounded over bigger than this, so there's plenty. If for chance you are a $20 a month member, you get this free and you don't have to pay shipping. So we're going to be sending these out this week. And so if you'd like to become a patron, there'll be a link, and we really do appreciate it. Google is having issues with their ads. Used to, I'd get a little bit of money, you know, for just the ads, the monetization they call it, but that has been dropping steadily. They just recently had a panic where somebody that was a terrorist monetized their video and YouTube didn't catch it, and so somebody was paying to monetize a terrorist, and so then my income from the videos dropped even lower because a whole bunch of advertisers just quit advertising on YouTube until they could find a way to screen the videos properly. So that's what YouTube's been doing, and that's finally been done. But YouTube is telling us that the patron is the way of the future, and that little $1 a month that you might decide to give me will then add up amongst the different patrons and balance out the loss, because the monetization is a thing of the past and it will soon be gone. Too many people watch on devices that won't allow commercials to play. They're casting with no commercials. So many platforms that a video can be put on just won't allow the videos to play, and I mean the commercials to play. So therefore, you know, you're getting airtime, but you're not getting revenue time. So that diminishes our income on AdSense. If you're a person that still watches YouTube on your personal computer, then you have the luxury to watch the ads. And most phones, if you watch them on the actual phone, you know, you can watch the ads, but more and more monetization is becoming a thing of the past, according to YouTube. You can get on there and watch the YouTube videos about it. I have. And so we're asking you to become our patrons and help us to be able to continue making the great content, or at least I hope you think it's great. It's got children's playing in the background, but I hope you are enjoying and learning something. And even if you already did learn everything I have to teach you, there are so many people out there that it's just getting started out that I'm the perfect choice, because I work more with newbies than I do people that are more advanced. And it's just the thing I love to do is make videos to help you get started. So you can support your fellow soaper by supporting this channel and keeping these videos here and being made constantly. And of course, I always surprise you every now and then and throw you out something really awesome that you'll use, even though you've learned everything I've done been teaching you. So anyway, so I appreciate you for considering being a patron of this channel and helping support the material that I put out. And I have been absent over the past couple weeks quite a bit. I've not been able to put out every day a video, but that will soon change. Everybody's life gets sort of turned upside down every now and then. All right, bye everybody. Oh, remember, Patreon link in the bottom. There'll be links for more videos here at the end. And thank you so much for watching the commercials if you have that option. And thank you so much for watching this channel and hitting the like button. Do it now.